Entities invade Barcelona, forcing anyone who looks at them to instantly kill themselves. 9 months into the apocalypse, a father guides blindfolded survivors through the ruins promising safety, but here's what they don't know. He's been dead inside since day one, when these creatures murdered his daughter, and now her ghost commands him to rip off their blindfolds because he genuinely believes watching them die means he's saving their souls from suffering. The story begins 9 months after the apocalypse, where we see a man named Sebastian and his young daughter Anna roller skating in an abandoned Barcelona rink. But something feels wrong because the city outside is filled with corpses and they're celebrating like nothing happened. They're having fun when suddenly strange noises echo through the building. Sebastian tells Anna to stay quiet and they run toward the exit, but here's where it gets disturbing. As they turn a corner, a group of blind people crashes into Sebastian, knocking him violently down. The group beats him and steals his supply bag before walking away. Sebastian finds a broken bottle, considering using it to fight back, but Anna gently stops him, saying don't hurt them. After the attackers leave, Sebastian covers Anna's eyes with his jacket and they exit the building. Once outside, the streets of Barcelona are completely destroyed with dead bodies scattered everywhere, and Sebastian acts like this is just another normal day. After walking through ruins, they encounter another group of survivors and Sebastian quickly tells Anna to hide. He approaches the group asking if he can join them. The survivors are suspicious, so Sebastian lies, claiming he's a construction engineer who knows where to find generators for light and heating. This convinces them and they take Sebastian to their shelter at an old bus station. There Sebastian meets Dr. Liliana, who treats his injuries, and during dinner he meets a man who sewed his own eyelids shut for protection. This man shares horrifying stories about what he witnessed people doing under the entity's influence. He reveals that while most people fear these creatures and wear blindfolds, some individuals called seers remain unaffected and wander freely without protection. But here's the catch: those seers hunt and kill normal survivors. After everyone falls asleep, Sebastian sees an opportunity and sneaks around, stealing all the keys from the office. He quietly tries each key on the bus ignition, while Liliana wakes hearing noise and tries stopping him. Sebastian locks the driver's door, claiming he's freeing everyone, and when he finds the right key, he starts driving the bus clumsily all over the station, waking everyone in panic. Survivors force the door open, attacking Sebastian to make him stop, but this makes his driving worse. Sebastian crashes through the front entrance, flipping the bus over in a violent wreck. But wait, this is where everything makes horrifying sense. As soon as Sebastian crawls from the wreckage, he stares at something invisible and says the entity is coming, calling it beautiful. The first man accidentally sees the entity and immediately kills himself. Sebastian watches as a glowing light leaves the man's body, floating toward the sky, and here's the twisted part: Sebastian smiles. Liliana and others come out with eyes closed, but Sebastian forcefully grabs them one by one, making them open their eyes to look at the entity. Using violent methods, Sebastian ensures all survivors kill themselves. Sebastian watches peacefully as glowing lights leave their bodies, ascending to heaven. Suddenly, Anna appears beside her father, holding his hand, saying it's okay because he saved them all. But what the audience doesn't realize yet is that Anna isn't actually there, and this father is far more dangerous than any creature outside. A flashback takes us 9 months earlier, when Barcelona first came under attack from these entities. Sebastian had been working construction when he got an emergency alert, and people in the office were already killing themselves without warning. His wife called frantically, asking him to pick up Anna from school immediately. Sebastian ran to streets where people fled in complete panic and chaos. In the subway station, objects began floating around him, signaling the entity's presence. Sensing terrible danger, Sebastian ran as people around him died. He made it to Anna's school, finding a dead nun and terrified girls backing away. Sebastian found Anna and they ran toward the exit, but something outside exploded, blocking their path. They tried escaping through the chapel instead, where they met Pastor Esteban. This pastor believed the entity was actually an angel, and its divine presence made it impossible for humans to look at it without dying. Esteban suggested humanity should be freed from life's pain, and this dangerous idea planted itself in Sebastian's mind. Sebastian covered Anna with his jacket and ran to their apartment building, but as they crossed the street, Sebastian watched helplessly as Anna's mother was struck and killed by a speeding car. And here's where Sebastian's mind started breaking. Back in present-day, Sebastian and Anna stop at a church for prayer. Sebastian sees a religious painting move, confirming he's a seer who has become so delusional he sees hallucinations and believes killing people means saving their souls. When they return to street, Sebastian encounters more people dying and tells them the entity is beautiful angels before watching glowing lights leave their bodies. But what Sebastian refuses to accept is that his daughter walking beside him died months ago, and the entity is using her ghost to turn him into a weapon. Sometime later, Sebastian sees a woman entering a store and tries sneaking to attack her, but suddenly dogs attack Sebastian first, revealing a whole survivor group led by the dog's owner, Rafa. The group consists of Octavio, couple Roberto and Isabel, Claire, and young German girl Sophia, who reminds Sebastian of Anna. Sebastian asks to join and Rafa hesitates, but Sebastian wins them over, lying about knowing where to find generators. When objects begin floating announcing the entity's arrival, the group immediately leaves. Later they reach their hiding place, which is an old underground shelter. Sebastian tells everyone he's traveling alone, although Anna's ghost appears in background, telling him he should make everyone come outside. But here's what makes this truly terrifying. Sebastian actually believes he's helping these people. Suddenly Sebastian admits he lied about generators, and a fight breaks out, but Sophia stops them because she doesn't want more people hurt. Sebastian knows German and communicates with her, learning she got separated from her mother during their Barcelona trip. Sophia mentions hearing radio broadcasts about a mountain castle believed safest from entities, and sketches a picture of the castle with a cable car leading to it. Looking at the drawing, Isabel recognizes Sophia is referring to Montjuic Castle. After arguing about risks, the group agrees to travel there, hoping for food and safety. That night, Sebastian has disturbing nightmares about everything he's experienced. In the morning, they start making their way to Montjuic stopping once for a map. Being outside triggers another flashback showing Sebastian 8 months ago using his car's GPS to reach the hospital where he desperately needed a doctor because Anna had dangerous fever. Suddenly things started floating and Sebastian had to return to the apartment without medical help. And this is where you realize Sebastian's guilt over not saving Anna is what makes him vulnerable to the entity's manipulation. Back in present, the group stops to rest and Sebastian continues seeing Anna's ghost following from a distance. Once everyone sleeps, Sebastian damages the dog's leash so it will break. The next morning on streets, the group is suddenly surrounded by the entity using voices of their dead loved ones to confuse them. As everyone feels distracted, the damaged leash breaks and dogs run away barking. Sophia hears her mother's voice telling her to uncover her eyes, but Octavio stops her just in time. Rafa searches for his dogs, and when he hears them crying in pain, he removes his blindfold, seeing the entity, and immediately dies. The dogs come to Rafa's body and Roberto approaches only to get viciously bitten. At that moment, Octavio finds a house and blows his whistle, so everyone follows him inside to safety. While Isabel treats Roberto's bite wound, Octavio shares his scientific theory, thinking the entity is a quantum being capable of reading human emotions, particularly fear and grief. But here's the problem. This makes Sebastian start having serious doubts about whether he's truly saving people or murdering them. When he discovers Sophia crying, Sebastian gifts her Anna's necklace to comfort her, triggering another flashback where Esteban and religious followers were forcing people to open their eyes and die. Sebastian did his best to protect Anna from sounds of death by keeping her in the apartment with loud music playing, and this memory is what's slowly breaking the entity's control over him. Back in present, Sebastian keeps seeing Anna's ghost everywhere, confirming she's just an apparition. Claire tries bonding with Sebastian, reminding him the entity uses images of loved ones to manipulate people, while Anna's ghost keeps talking to Sebastian, making his doubts grow worse. Suddenly, Roberto passes out because his infected wound has gotten much worse, so Octavio, Sebastian, and Claire begin searching the building for medicine. In a room with an open window, Sebastian sees Anna and tells Octavio to come look, claiming the window is closed. Octavio walks over, uncovering his eyes, and sees the entity, causing him to immediately kill himself. But wait, this time Sebastian cannot see the glowing light leaving Octavio's body because the doubts he's having are breaking the entity's control. Things shake violently as Anna's ghost urges Sebastian to remove Claire's blindfold, but thankfully Claire drags him out before it gets worse. They return to the couple and Claire shares medicine she found while Sebastian struggles, deciding whether to listen to Anna or Sophia. Later, the few remaining survivors continue their journey through Barcelona toward Montjuic Castle, and Sebastian notices dead bodies with Esteban's religious symbols marked everywhere. Suddenly, they find their path blocked by a seer on a bicycle. The group tries running, but the seer hits Roberto and Isabel, making them fall hard. Knowing there's no escape, the couple removes their blindfolds and dies together, holding hands before the seer can torture them. Noticing the entity approaching, Sebastian drags Claire and Sophia into a nearby building. Claire finally realizes Sebastian's protective goggles aren't actually dark, which means he's been a seer all along and he killed the others. She immediately grabs Sophia and they run away while Sebastian chases them because Anna's ghost keeps urging him to kill them both. And here's where Sebastian's internal war reaches its breaking point. Claire and Sophia run upstairs, reaching the roof, but Sebastian corners them and reaches for Sophia's blindfold to expose her eyes. However, before he can remove it, he sees Anna again and notices she's bleeding from her eyes. This makes him feel overwhelming guilt, and Sebastian ends up hugging Sophia protectively instead. At that moment, another flashback reveals what really happened months ago. Sebastian and Anna were in their apartment celebrating her birthday when suddenly someone broke in, knocking Sebastian unconscious. When he woke, he was on the roof with Anna, Esteban, and religious followers who forced Anna to open her eyes and look at the entity. After watching his daughter die, Sebastian looked at the entity too, and suddenly Anna's ghost appeared beside him, urging him to free more people. It turns out seers stay alive because the entity uses them as tools to create more victims, and Sebastian has been its puppet this entire time. Back in present, Sebastian rescues Claire from the roof edge. Then, to earn her trust, he tells her the complete truth about Anna's death and explains he's finally snapped out of the entity's control, swearing to protect them both. At that moment, Esteban's seers break into the building and the trio tries escaping through the roof. A woman chases after them, fighting Sebastian, trying to damage his eyes, but Sebastian is stronger and pushes her off the roof, causing her to fall to her death. Afterward, the trio makes it to streets and steals a car, escaping just before seers break through windows. However, Esteban and his followers have their own vehicles and start chasing them through the destroyed city. Sebastian drives as fast as possible while ignoring Anna's ghost trying to manipulate him, and when they reach the cable car tower, Sebastian makes the vehicle explode, killing several seers who catch up. But here's the final sacrifice that changes everything. Sebastian tells Claire to take Sophia and go ahead while he holds off Esteban in a final confrontation. As the two men argue about their opposing philosophies, Claire leads Sophia up the old tower stairs, where Sophia almost falls through a broken step, but Claire catches her just in time. There's no way to climb while blindfolded, so Claire decides to risk everything and removes hers. When they finally reach the top, Claire discovers the cable cars aren't operational. Thinking quickly, she rings a large bell, creating vibrations which lures the entity toward them, and as the creature arrives, the environment trembles violently, including the cable cars. Claire covers her eyes again as the entity desperately tries enticing them by mimicking voices of their loved ones. Meanwhile, on the ground, Sebastian sees Anna's ghost walk through burning car wreckage and attacks the vision to get rid of this painful hallucination, only to discover it's actually Esteban, and Sebastian stabs him with an iron rod. Esteban immediately stabs Sebastian back, and both men keep pushing their weapons, refusing to let go. Up in the tower, Claire concentrates with Sophia in her arms and jumps into one of the moving cable cars, landing safely. Esteban dies from his stab wounds, and so does Sebastian, but first he sees the cable cars moving away, which means he successfully helped his friends escape. Sebastian dies peacefully, knowing he finally did something good after months of being the entity's weapon. Moments later, Claire and Sophia reach Montjuic Castle and are met by military soldiers, discovering there's a whole community of survivors living safely here, and Sophia finally gets to reunite with her mother. Meanwhile, Claire is taken to a scientific laboratory where she undergoes blood tests. Claire questions researchers about the purpose, and they explain they've been trying to find a chemical indicator of trauma to determine exactly which emotions the entity targets. The goal is to develop an antibody providing immunity against the creatures. Sometime later, researchers inject experimental antibody into laboratory rats, placing their cages inside a sealed containment room. During this process, a captured seer who appears to be one of their test subjects is lying in a bed nearby. Suddenly, a menacing growling sound emerges from the containment room, and the seer desperately demands to see it, suggesting these scientists may have just created something far worse than what's already outside. With this, the story ends. If you like this video, then subscribe to our channel and like the video.